ages. All right.
I guess I should pull up some info. Live nude pearls?
I don't know, dude. trying to get viewers in this social media era.
Clickbait.
Any way you can. You know what the first thing Randy said to me when I walked in was?
What?
I haven't seen her in probably like 2 months maybe. And she just looks at me and she goes, I don't like that beard. Nice to see you too.
I know that
like
feeling.
your mom.
Yeah. I'll go up to Taylor and be like, $5. That's the first thing out of her mouth is, what's this?
What's this is such a fucking patronizing way to ask that.
That's exactly.
That's so shitty.
What's this? Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got audio. We got audio, fam.
We got audio. I don't even know what to bring up.
I'm going to pull up the league
I have a phone call.
stats here.
Hello?
Wow.
Not too important.
Yeah. Can't even give us the time of day. Jesus.
Yes. Why?
My first Warped Tour, and it'll be your last Warped Tour. We have to go.
I'll go.
We've got
Okay, great.
a live caller.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't know, when does the Warped Tour start?
Usually starts in June.
Like 10 months from now.
All right, cool. Well, at that time, I'll hit you up, girl.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Is that your sister?
Yeah.
You guys have the same laugh almost.
Yeah, the older they get, the more they want to be like me, so.
So much gravitas behind that answer. I love
Taylor's nervous.
Yeah, well, I was in the middle of picking a GIF, and I got put on the spot.
That's a good one.
All right, I'm going to go back to see.
Every time I see those dead eyes, I feel a little twinge in my pants.
Okay, I've got
Always
this.
like the girl that would stab me in my sleep.
I thought that was going somewhere.
It was, but I just stopped there.
All right, I've got everyone's picks for last week. I'll bring those up. Okie dokie, here we go. We ready to roll?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fam.
Jesus.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, Christ.
Welcome to the 3-Step Flop. My name's Gator Schrand.
I'm Tony Hotel.
And here with us today is...
Hey, Taylor.
What's your name? Tell him your name.
It's Taylor.
Oh, okay. It's just Taylor.
Taylor what?
You know, I got married to her, and
Taylor Lautner here, everybody.
it's just Taylor.
It's actually DJ Taham, so.
There it
All
is.
right, it's DJ
Tahams
Tahams.
to the max.
Here with us. How's it going, Tay?
I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah?
Why are you? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's get into
Have
it.
you ever been on camera before?
No.
I'm sure you have. You just don't know about it.
Oh my goodness.
I saved it to my drive.
Well, you'll never find it because your desktop is a fucking mess.
Is that true?
Oh, my desktop's a mess, man. It's
Like
a
on
mess.
your computer?
Yeah, yeah. My
Like, they're not
ashamed.
even in straight lines.
It's
They're
terrible. It's terrible.
Dude, on your MacBook?
Yeah.
So you had to did you have to turn off that setting that like maps everything to grid?
No, it's just there's so much shit on there that it's
Just
everywhere.
An explosion. It
It's-
looks like
yeah.
all your folders exploded on your desktop.
Right.
That, you know what? That is like one of my number one pet peeves. And I found, no offense, that generally it's women who have their desktops like that.
It's me, man.
In this case, it's Gator.
It's me.
Mine is usually tabs. I usually have 100 tabs going.
Yeah, I can't handle that. I can't handle that.
Sometimes I'll get to that point, and then when I realize it's happening, I'll be like, okay, what don't I need here? Let's
Yes.
free up some RAM.
That's how my phone is right now. I just have.
Oh, my browser on my phone. Yeah, that's how mine is because I never
look.
actually go to it. It always just opens from other apps, and
Right,
then I
right.
never close it. So there's just like, oh, look at what I looked up 2 months ago. That's the last tab.
Well, it's good to have you here, Tay. I know you're a wealth of football knowledge. I can't wait to see how that goes.
My
but,
dog is shaped like a football.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true.
Everything's going to come back to the dogs. That's all it is.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I have much more football knowledge than Taylor does.
We'll find out.
It's pretty close.
We'll see.
I don't know a lot about this game.
Well, I think tonight's going to be a short one for anyone who's listening. We're trying to go out tonight and meet up with probably anyone who is listening. All of our fans. But let's just dive on in. Let's talk about last week. How'd it go for everyone individually here? What'd you think?
Oh my God.
It was fucking terrible for me.
Should we start from the bottom and work our way up?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay. Coming in at lowest score of the week is Tommy One Savage, which is a fucking great name.
Name change.
I love it, Brian.
He went with
Briskets, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the nickname here. Haywood Jugblomi Brissett. Haywood Jugblomi. Haywood Jugblomi.
That's good.
There we go.
That's pretty good.
It's a good one.
1.56 points. Fun fact, everyone had positive points this week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This was a very positive week
Even
in a
though
lot of ways.
me and Brian didn't have many points, it was still positive. So
Wow, way to
we'll take
get a
that.
downer.
Yeah, they were pretty terrible.
Jacoby Brissett, 14 for 24, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I believe he also had a concussion or had to leave the game for a short amount of time for a concussion. But I think he's not going to miss any time.
So did Brian get injury points there? Did that bring him up to the one?
I think he might have came back into the game.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody got injury points.
Okay.
I could be wrong though, Brian.
Check that
you're
yourself.
on a date. So I
want to ask Brian how, because I know personally I'm struggling this year, doing poorly, and I can't handle it mentally. Every week I'm doing shittier and shittier, and it's harder and harder to stay in the game.
Now you know how me and Austin feel.
Right, but you guys are used to it. Brian's not.
Wow, that was mean.
I don't give a shit. The gloves come off on the pod. But Brian has historical data of doing well, and I don't know how Brian's handling it this year.
I think Brian, when he was on the podcast, he was very, I think, pretty stoic, pretty even keel. Didn't really get too emotional. I tend to get somewhat emotional. Brian did not get emotional. I think that buried deep down underneath all of that stoicism is just
Rage.
just pure unadulterated
White
rage.
hot liquid rage.
Like Lauren, you should hide in the closet rage.
They're going on date
We're
night
on a
tonight.
date night
I bet
right
he'll
now,
take
so-
that out take out some of that
That's what I'm
rage.
saying. You got to watch out. Just
Yeah.
make sure you have a safe word. That's all I'm saying. When the strap on comes out.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right.
It is good.
Who is next here? It was me.
It was you.
It was me.
Kenny Kawaguchi. What happened to you, man? You're number 10 now.
Dude, I don't know, man. I was just telling you.
I'm surprised to see you so far down in the list there.
I
buddy.
went with Brett, second time's a charm, Hunley.
Yeah, he's not good, though.
I know. I just don't. I was
It's not a bad pick. That's what I'm saying.
twice now. He screwed me, though. Twice.
He's just like, he was 18 for 25. So that's the problem is the incompletions are not there because he's not trying anything.
Right. I think they're running the ball too much for me to pick him again.
They're basically like doing everything they can to. His first game, he had 3 picks. They're trying to make sure that he doesn't get any picks because he's not good, and they're trying to just. The Packers are in a really weird spot because Rodgers could come back in Week 15, so he could play the last 3 games, but they have to be like in playoff contention for him to even play. So They basically just need Hunley to win. Like, let's see, they got. Baltimore, then Pittsburgh, then Tampa Bay, then Cleveland. So they got 4 more games. They need Hunley to win like 2 of those. So I don't know. They're just going to basically like try to minimize risk, I think.
Yeah.
So Hunley maybe against a really good defense, like
frustrating.
Baltimore this week.
The way
But
I see
Chicago's
it,
a good defense too. So I don't know.
I have a good pick this week. I'm second pick this week after Brian, so I'm looking at it as a purposeful tank. I'm going to say I did that on purpose. And that way I can get a high draft spot this week. But there's so many fucking options, man. There's so many bad quarterbacks in the league
it's
now.
really, with all the injuries and the QB changes, it's really what do they call it? An embarrassment of riches? Is that what the term?
Never
heard that
heard it.
before in my life.
Okay. Well, there's a lot. There's riches.
There's a bounty of riches. There's plenty
I'm pretty
of
sure that I'm gonna look at
Anyway.
Meanwhile, I don't know any of the quarterbacks because I have auto drafted
I was
much
I was
every
gonna
week.
ask you. So I think
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking phrase. All right.
okay, cool. I'm just not educated. All right.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask you, Tate. You know when you're working ahead of time. Why don't you do a little research on the day before, something like that?
Because the last thing on my fucking
Yeah.
mind is
I know,
what quarterback I'm gonna pick.
but we got to figure something out. We can't have you auto drafting every single week.
Well, hopefully it should cool the fuck down because I have been working every single weekend for the past 6 weeks.
Says the guy
Gator.
who's 4 spots below Taylor in the standings. Hey, just
I'm
change
obviously
your,
doing
just change
something
your
right.
strategy, all right?
Oh yeah, like auto draft is a strategy.
Well, apparently it is.
Maybe the auto draft is Taylor letting us know that she's not confident in her abilities to pick, and she would rather ride the auto draft wave, and that is a strategy.
No, it's
much
fair.
as much as you don't want it to be, that is a strategy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of conversation going
I know,
here.
and I'm trying to like make a fight happen.
Yeah,
Can you tell?
I can.
Okay.
All right, who's next? Who is after me?
Tom, give me your lunch money.
Tom. Tom, we've been saying it week after week. You got to get more active in the group, man. You got to talk a
You
little
gotta
more.
stop working overtime and start working overtime in the group.
In the group.
If you know
Focus.
if you know what I mean.
Tom went with Andy Dingleberry Dalton.
Yeah, great name.
Jesus Christ.
Tom
Sticking
comes
to
through with a fantastic name once again.
sticking to his theme of just the knucklehead.
Dad
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the Bengals this week, especially because Aaron's not here and Austin's not here. But R.I.P. Cincinnati Bengals.
They're bad.
They're done. That's it. You can't lose to Jacksonville and Tennessee in a row and expect to be any good. But Andy Dalton puts up solid 7.7 points, 15 incompletions, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
That's the big issue there. Dalton is not a bad quarterback, but on this team, when you have no time to throw the ball and you're getting sacked a lot, he's a viable pick.
Well, he only scored, 7 points or something
right,
like that?
and he's granted he's had 7-point game, another 7-point game, and a 3-point game over the last 3 weeks. So he hasn't put up a big game since against Pittsburgh, which was 4 weeks ago, which was a 22-point game. That was only his second 20-point game of the season, so he's not like consistently a good pick. I don't know. If you're forced to take him, I guess you take him, but there's better options out there, in my opinion.
The Bengals are bad, but Andy will find a way to score a couple points for himself.
He's not going to just shit the bed completely unless,
Now, are you worried about the Browns coming up in, a couple weeks here?
like you think the Bengals might get beat.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't. A lot of people would probably answer that with no, I'm not worried, but that is an ignorant thing to say because we are not that much better than the Browns. I mean, we have 3 more wins than the Browns do.
Well, I was looking at the Browns' schedule for the remainder of the year, and I think if they're going to win any game from here on out, it's going to be against the Bengals because it's only in 2 weeks. The Bengals are pretty bad, and I would say maybe they beat the Bears, but that's like the last game they play, and at that point they're just going to tank if they are already.
I mean,
0
but
and
in true Browns fashion, they'll probably win a couple games so that they're not the first pick. Like they're so bad that they can't even tank properly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to win.
Okay, yeah.
They're going to win one or two of these 4 games left.
Fuck, dude. The Browns game is next weekend.
I think the Bengals need to be worried. Taylor, thoughts?
Football's hard. Understanding all of this is hard. It's over my head.
All right, just you have to pick one. Bengals or Browns? Who do you think's going to win? You got to pick one.
Bengals.
Okay.
All right. I think you're right. I think that if well, I will say this: if the Browns beat the Bengals in Paul Brown Stadium, Marvin Lewis is fired.
He better be.
And if he's not fired, I'm gonna burn down the fucking stadium because that is,
you heard it here first.
That is egregious.
You heard it here on the 3-step flop.
And just as a disclaimer, I will not be setting fire to any public or private building at any point in the near future.
Okay.
I have to qualify that just in case I really want to burn something down, but in this case, I don't.
Okay. All right. Who's next here?
Not me.
Let's see.
Fuck you.
Trash talk coming over from Tayhams.
That's
If
all I
Taylor,
got. That's all I
if you
got.
ever win the league, okay, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do with the money?
I'm gonna buy a tattoo.
You can buy a tattoo.
Buy a tattoo
related to the league.
No, fuck no.
Just
bad quarterback
just
champion.
like a tattoo that says I won. I fucking won.
No.
You know, there's this rapper that I know named Ski Mask. The Slump God. Do you know about this guy?
No.
He has a tattoo.
Crazy thought, I know, but I don't know him.
You should look him up. He has this tattoo under his eye that says "very rare" right here. What do you think about that?
Do you know the story behind
Nope.
it?
What do you think about that? You think that's a good tattoo or a bad one?
No, I think anything on the face is a bad tattoo.
There's this other rapper I know. His name's 69, and he literally has a 69 tattooed on his forehead and across his chest. Huge 69.
That's terrible.
What do you think about that?
That's
terrible.
devotion.
That's like a rapper being named like 420 Blaze It, dude.
He might be like the epitome of like a joke.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
He's like all of the, like, you thought that 3 years ago when there were some weird ass rappers out there that were silly, you were like, this guy, he's just silly. And this fucking guy, he has rainbow hair. He has a grill that has rainbow. Each tooth is a different color.
That's dumb, man.
I mean, this is a rap podcast now.
Yeah. How about your boy Lil Peep? Lil Peep. All right, Peep.
All right, Peep.
R.I.P..
That's funny. Who would have thought a guy who raps about Xanax in every song ODs on Xanax?
Man, let's try and learn something here, folks.
Yeah, do less Xanax.
Don't rap about it. Just
do it.
Just do it.
Just quietly die instead of a national scale.
We never got to who was next.
Did we talk about Tom yet?
Yes.
Okay. After Tom, we have the Locust Horrors.
Marianne. She
Crown.
went with "Give Me a BJ Cutler." How did Cutler do?
I mean, you're not gonna remark about that name.
It's pretty good. It's solid. I don't know.
A beautiful nickname.
It's good. I just don't want a BJ from Jay Cutler, or I don't want to give him one either. Because it would probably be, if he gave me one, it would probably be really
apathetic.
Yeah.
Just like I guess.
Yeah, it's just like I wouldn't even come. Is all I'm saying. Okay, 15 incompletions, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Just a typical Jay Cutler game. In a landslide loss to the Carolina Panthers. That's 3 losses in a row for the Dolphins. Their season is likely over unless they can beat Jameis Winston this week, coming off the back of another sexual harassment allegation.
What?
Did you hear about this?
No.
We'll get to it. We'll talk about it.
Who would have thought the guy who was like stealing lobsters and jumping up on tables yelling "fucker right in the pussy"
and allegedly raped somebody that was that was settled out of court.
Right.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought he would put his hands on a Uber driver's crotch?
Seems like a stand-up dude.
I can't argue with that.
Dolphins suck.
Dolphins are shit.
Do you think Cutler's a good choice going forward now that they're? Do you think they'll be tanking? Do you think they'll just be giving up and running the ball?
That's a great question because we have to think about where Jay Cutler is in his career, right? We are in week 11 of a season that he came out of retirement for on a 1-year contract on a team that's not going to make the playoffs. You think he's going to do well in the last 6 weeks of the season? Because I don't think so.
He's done.
I think that now they do play Tampa Bay and New England their next 2 games. And they got Denver, New England. So they played 2 games against New England, who has a terrible defense.
Yeah.
So there's that to take into account. But then they also play Kansas City and Buffalo, both 2 pretty solid defenses. So that being said, Cutler should probably be picked every week the rest of the year, even against New England.
Agreed.
Because
New England will find a way. New England will find a way to make things happen.
It's Cutler. He's going to turn the fucking ball over. That's what he does. It's almost in his name.
He
literally has an interception in only 2 games this year. He hasn't thrown a pick.
How have we not known that already?
But that being said, he's never thrown more than 1 pick in a game.
That's a good point.
So that's really not
middle
that
tier.
many picks.
He's middle tier.
But he's only had 1 negative week. He's usually a safe bet to get you some points. Never had any like huge 30, 40-point games though. So
Taylor, do you think being on this podcast, listening to this podcast is going to help you for next week? You're going to have
because I'm second to last.
Well, at least you'll have some ideas in your head.
And they're all going to get taken.
You're very combative today. I don't know what I did.
that's called good radio. is what that's called.
Hey.
When
Here,
people
drink.
are
Drink a little more.
I have been drinking it. It's
Drink.
a slow drink.
It's
It
not a
tastes
good
like
drink.
mushrooms.
It's not a good
out of
drink.
the old Balashi glass from Aruba. That's the Aruba beer.
Aruba.
It's probably better than this beer that I'm drinking right
It
now.
definitely is, because you're drinking it on the beach usually. Okay, who we got next after the Locust Whores, who currently are clinging to a .02 point lead
Yeah,
in
man.
first place over Austin.
That's a fucking battle up there.
We'll get to Austin here in a
Anything
minute,
could happen.
Yeah, like either one of them could take the lead at
Either
any
one.
moment. Next is Peyton's Neck, a.k.a. Alex Abdique.
Alex.
He went with Mitch Trubisky, but what was the nickname?
Mitchell Babyback Bitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Trubisky.
Generally, his nicknames have involved
Always
the
has
word
bitch,
bitch.
in him. Babyback Bitch is that I can hear Alex saying it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can also hear Alex saying, I ain't no bitch. And I wasn't even there.
I know bitch.
Trubisky, 14 incompletions, just shy of 300 yards, a touchdown, no picks, and a 10.6 point score. Pretty not much to say about that game is what I would say. They lost to Green Bay. It was Trubisky versus Hundley in a game that nobody wanted to watch if it wasn't Green Bay versus
fucking Bears.
Chicago. The Bears are not good. They have the same amount of wins as the Bengals. Well, I think they have one more win than the Bengals. So.
Bengals suck.
The Bengals are bad. Mitch Trubisky, pretty consistent. He's had double-digit points in 4 of the 5 games that he's played in. In one game where he got just 6 points, but he hardly threw the ball. So Trubisky's a pretty safe bet to get you some points. I don't think he's even defense dependent. I think no matter who he's going up against, you can feel pretty confident that you're going to get positive points, but he still hasn't had a huge like breakout 40-point shitter game.
I think that's what I need to focus on next year is trying to pay attention to which teams are going to run the ball a lot more and which teams are going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and take the gamble on the guys that might get you a 40-yard touchdown and you might get fucked, but I would rather, especially if I'm watching the game, I would rather see that long ball go down the field and have a little bit of excitement for a moment than watching a bunch
running
of
back get it 40
right.
times.
It's just a letdown instantly.
I think that that's a good strategy to go with. The problem is, it used to be so much easier to do research like that when every team just had one fucking running back, but now they all got like 5 of them, and they use them in different situations, and you don't know like how much. Like the Bengals, for instance, when when everyone was healthy, you didn't know if it was going to be. You had no idea which 3 it was going to be. It could be either any of them. So like. That's what you also have to look into, and it's going to be even more difficult to do that research unless you just want to go to like offense rankings and just find like the the top running teams or whatever. But that can be misleading too, because a lot of times like garbage time, they need to make a stat. Like someone needs to keep track of stats and getting rid of garbage time. Like any time the score is like they're 3 scores ahead, you just throw those stats out, because like Blake Bortles, for instance, a ton of his career stats. His stats look better than they are because they were down so much in like his first 2 years in the league. They would just throw like crazy, and he would throw like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in the last quarter. Maybe I should do that.
You should design an app.
Yeah, garbage time stats.
Garbage time.
No, that's
a
already
show.
Itself.
Yeah,
That's
Katie
a show.
Nolan,
Yeah.
my future wife.
Yeah.
She's a babe. Next, T-bone your girl. Nope. Dirty butt fumbles. Austin,
We're there already?
right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Austin went with Phil. I wish I was back in San Diego Rivers.
I think that's a very accurate statement.
Probably applicable to the entire team.
I don't know if anybody on that team wanted to be in LA, but here we are now with 2 Los Angeles teams.
What a
It makes
joke,
a lot
man.
of sense.
Does any city need 2 of the same professional sports teams?
New York.
Fuck, maybe, but that's still dumb. It's still dumb.
I kind of agree, but the Jets are basically New Jersey anyway.
Right.
And they have Buffalo too. It's some fucking bullshit. Dude.
Yeah.
Not that Buffalo is that close to New York, but still.
Well, I guess New York has 2 baseball teams too. New York has everything,
do.
man.
Subway Series.
Dumb.
But it's also very big.
Yeah.
It's not like everybody in New York like knows each other.
Right.
And everyone in New York hates each other. So.
Oh, Chicago has 2
That
baseball
is true.
teams.
They do.
But they're
But that's
north
the thing.
and
The
they
south
South
also
Side
all
and
hate
like
each other,
South Side
so.
is a different country,
Right.
dude.
Right.
Like,
We watch a lot of Shameless. We
Yeah.
we know what it's like.
oh, is that a Chicago show?
Yeah, South
Yeah.
Side, dude.
South Side, nigga.
South Side.
South
Oh my
Side.
god, I just said that.
Whoa.
It was. I was quoting a rap song. I actually was.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
We'll go back and change. We'll edit that. I can't do that.
It's live, man.
All right.
It's
What
like
do
I'm
you?
on SNL. It's like you're Michael Che.
Did he say it on SNL?
Yeah, but he's allowed to.
Remember when Jenny Slate said the F
'Cause
word
he's black.
twice? She said it twice. Oh,
She's not the only one though. We looked this up once
Mm-hmm.
about like who said fuck.
It's a small list,
Yeah.
but it's a list.
Honestly, the best thing that could have happened to Jenny Slate's career was her saying the F word on Saturday Night Live. Now she's an even bigger star. Anyway, this is not a movie podcast or an actress podcast
Or a
or an
rap
SNL
podcast.
podcast.
How to-
or what?
Or a rap podcast.
Or I wish it was a rap podcast. Can this be a rap podcast?
No.
Okay.
So Cardi B,
She's pretty good, huh? What do you think about those red bottoms, though?
red bottoms.
Bloody shoes.
These is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes.
Are they supposed to be like more expensive?
Yeah, so she's referring to a specific type
Okay.
of.
Now you're talking.
She's referring to a specific brand of high heel where the bottoms of the shoe are red.
Okay.
So
And
It's
it's like an expensive brand.
yeah,
It's like the Hot Wheels with the red line on them. They're extra rare. It's like Hot Wheels, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, red lines.
Or like those dum-dums that have the Indian thing.
They
on
all
it.
did, man. That was such a scam.
Oh, you get a free bag. You
That
get a
was
free
such a
bag of
scam.
dum-dums if you. I think that was a thing though, right?
It was Tootsie Pops.
I thought it was dum-dums.
No, it was Tootsie Pops.
No, it was dum-dums.
No, man.
Yeah, I'm right.
No.
I'm actually right about this.
You want to put money on it? Yes, you owe me a shot of tequila.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's put it. No, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Let's put another shot of tequila on it, and then you can cancel out your shot or make me do one with you.
Okay.
I'll do a tequila shot with whoever does a
You
tequila
know
shot.
what? Wait a second. What are you saying it was on?
Tootsie Pops.
Oh, okay. I don't want to do.
No, Tony. No. Come on.
I thought you said Tootsie Rolls.
No. Tootsie
I'm
Pops.
out.
Damn it,
Because
dude.
you're right. You're actually right.
Okay, how'd Phil Rivers do?
You know what? Tootsie Roll Pops are way better than Dum Dums, by the way.
That's
No.
a complete fucking lie.
Are you
No.
kidding me? Dum Dums, you could have them and you can eat them in one bite.
Yeah, that's why
But
they're so great.
Tootsie Pops got fucking chocolate in the middle. I
Tootsie
don't
Pops
want
are a fucking
chocolate.
commitment. I don't want that.
She's married, man.
I don't want commitments.
She can't commit to a fucking Tootsie Pop. But she married me.
How many licks does it take to get the center of a divorce? The answer is 0. That's the problem.
That's really good. That's really good.
Anyway, moving on.
How'd Phil Rivers do?
I don't give a shit, dude.
That's really
16 incompletions, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Decent numbers.
I mean,
How many points did he score?
11.3.
Okay,
Must
yeah.
have not been sacked at all, but he suffered a concussion.
Oh,
He may or may not be cleared to play, so I'm not sure who their backup is, but whoever it is,
no one was paying attention to concussion points this week. I don't think anyone reported any.
oh, I did see one concussion thing. Oh, that's who it was. It was Brissett. No, or was it Russell Wilson? He went in. Yeah, it was Wilson. Did you see that? He went into the booth for like a split second and got back out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, you're good.
That's how concussions are healed.
You just go in.
Yeah.
You go into that
Yeah.
little tent and you come out.
Look at my finger, man.
This is why it's so stupid. Like the way that they do the concussion thing, it's so obvious that they don't give a shit because the team doctors are the ones that evaluate him.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they have like NFL employees that come there and check. So
and certain players
maybe a
who-
conflict of interest there.
Certain players who matter a lot more to the game, like Russell Wilson, are coming right back in. But a replaceable person, get him checked out.
Exactly. And do you think that, let's say Russell Wilson gets hurt at a pivotal point, and he gets like fucking shellacked and his head bounces off the ground like a bouncy ball? Do you think that if he goes back there and he's like, I'm fine, you think the guy who's getting paid like fucking nothing to look at him is going to be like, no, you're going to sit out and we're going to put the backup in?
The
I'm
team
gonna
doctors are
tell-
not getting paid nothing. I can tell you
Well,
that much.
You're right. They're good.
They're getting paid a shit ton of money to be able to tell them, no, you're fine.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're
Right,
right.
right.
They're good point. They're
But
basically
trying-
there just to clear them.
As a team doctor, try and tell Bill Belichick that Tom Brady's not going back in the game.
Right. That's what. Yeah. Exactly.
No,
it's like
no, not gonna happen.
when Bill Belichick looks at you with that fucking cutoff hoodie. Yeah, you're gonna do whatever he says.
Right.
That guy is a commanding person. So Phil Rivers, they got Buffalo next week, Dallas week after that, Cleveland after that.
I would avoid him
Agreed.
for all those games.
Yeah, I mean,
There's better options. Not that Phil's a great quarterback, but there's better options out there.
maybe the Dallas game. It's a Thanksgiving game in Dallas.
All those Thanksgiving games are going to be tough, man. I don't know what to pick.
Well, you just hate Thursday games for no reason.
For no reason. For historical reasons, man.
That's not what I read.
Do you need a Pepsid?
This is just how.
What's up, man?
Are you leaving? Okay. Have
Bye-bye.
fun.
Get Tony some Tums.
No. Those don't help for burps. Do they?
They help coat your stomach.
All they do is coat my mouth with fucking chalk. That's all they do. I have GERD, okay? There's nothing there's nothing they can do.
Good.
I just have this now. And I'm just going to burp always. And
I
I'll have
burp.
heartburn forever. And
Have you ever tried any heartburn medications at all?
the
Prilosec.
here's the problem with heartburn medications.
No.
Specifically Prilosec. Is you have to take them every day for like 2 months before they start to do jack shit.
Yeah.
And they're expensive as fuck.
It's called medicine.
It's not worth it. I'll just burp forever. I don't want to have to pay for Prilosec, and if I miss
Well,
a day,
you'll
well,
say
I'm
something
fucked for the next 2
differently
months.
when you're 60 years old and your esophagus has melted away from the stomach acid.
By the time I'm 6, well, first of all, I'm not going to live that long. And second of all, if I'm 60, they're definitely going to have some dope-ass medical technology where they can fucking 3D print me a new esophagus or some shit. So I'll be fine.
I bet Cody could do that right now.
Probably could.
Yeah. He's coming home soon, man.
Is he coming home for Thanksgiving or just for Christmas?
No, just he'll be home December 18th, and then he'll be there, I think, till January, and then he's gone January 1st.
Wow, that's
To
good. You get a
Houston.
nice little break there.
Yeah. He's going to Houston. He's already got his apartment and everything. He says it looks awesome. So,
Well, good.
yeah, looking forward to him coming home.
Shout out to Cody.
Shouts out, drink. You gotta drink when we say shout out.
Hmm.
Oh, shit. Oh, while we're... Okay.
Car run.
Car run question. Taylor, name 5 horse breeds. Tony,
That's
name,
way too easy. 10 horse breeds.
Fine. Then name a football player hotter than Blake Shelton.
Yeah, you won that hottest man alive or whatever.
Yeah, sexiest man alive.
All right, let's hear these 10 horse breeds.
Okay, American quarter horse, Appaloosa, American paint horse, thoroughbred, Anglo-Arabian, Arabian, thoroughbred. Did I say thoroughbred already?
Yes, you did.
Welsh pony, Connemara, saddlebred, Morgan.
That was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And my answer is there's no one hotter than Blake Shelton. He's clearly the hottest
Except
man
Chris
alive.
Hemsworth.
He is very. Have you seen his dad? Even his dad is.
I don't care
pretty
about his
hot.
dad.
Their whole family's got a bunch of
I
hot
know.
dudes in it.
I know.
I wish I could have been born to a family like that instead of this family with fucking bald people. Jesus Christ. These genes are so shitty. I don't even want to pass them on. I need to marry some girl who has like a family full of like great heads of hair. Because I think you get your kids get the hair
Find like a
gene.
good German girl with strong genes. Like,
A real harsh, just rough German girl
Yeah.
who's just got she's just very she's not very cuddly.
yeah,
I feel like a lot of people from Germany are not very soft.
no.
Just in
They're
psyche and also
into-
in body.
They procreate and they pass on Aryan genes, and that's all that matters.
I mean, what more could I want than to pass on these Aryan genes?
Did she do it?
Yes, and it was not a challenge. She
I
named
ran.
him before you started the car.
Who is hotter than Blake Shelton?
He said no one.
Obviously.
What? I don't know if you won. That seems like a cop-out.
Do you think I can't name someone hotter than Blake Shelton?
Yeah, man. Sounds like it.
I mean, there's loads of people who are hotter than Blake.
Like who?
You
Anyway.
know what? You're right. He's the hottest. I can't think of one. I actually can't.
Okay, go on.
What was that? People Magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always trust them for like really important stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, after
We could talk about
Austin,
GQ magazine.
That has
what's going on with
football
that?
They named Kaepernick the citizen,
Oh, yeah, I saw
citizen of
that.
the year. People got pissed.
They named an unemployed guy who doesn't vote the citizen of the year. He literally the one thing you can do as a citizen that everyone can do is vote, and he didn't do it, and he's citizen of the year. Fuck, dude.
Hey, man.
Is this a Kaepernick podcast now?
It's a football
Let's
podcast.
make it a Kaepernick podcast.
All right, do you think he's going to get hired by Houston?
No, his career is over. He's never going to be signed.
Yeah?
Yes. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
dude?
There were talks.
He's like suing the fucking
there were
NFL.
talks, man.
That was all bullshit. That was all some guy.
All right, who's next?
John with 12.58 points this week.
He went
went
with
with-
Brock. I took the Texans' virginity, Osweiler.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds accurate to
But
me.
he did it.
He's been battling a shoulder issue. Doesn't matter. He's bad whether he's healthy or not.
Yeah, he'll probably go number one next week.
He's
Or
playing
top.
against the Bengals.
Ooh, so maybe
Now-
not.
Yes, the Bengals are terrible, but the best part about them is their defense.
Yeah.
So I anticipate a heavy dose of a running game by the Texans. Fucking Broncos this week.
Right.
CJ Anderson is going to be getting that rock 40 times this week.
So where does Osweiler go on your
I
list?
still think you can't not draft him crazy high. Just the pure, from a talent
So
standpoint,
bad.
he is so at the top of the list. But I think sometimes you can overcompensate with the matchup. Sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm scared of that matchup. Don't want to play him. I think with Osweiler, he's an exception. You
Mhm.
put that guy
You
in,
put him in.
regardless of who he's playing. He's going to have a great week this week. He's thrown the ball over 30 times each of the last 2 weeks. He put up 12.5 points against New England. So you would have probably, I mean, that makes sense, right? New England's like the worst defense in the league.
Right.
But
But still, 12 points is a good score. In
yeah,
this league.
yeah. Well, that's just goes to show you how terrible Brock Osweiler is. So definitely he'll be top 2 pick. I would say him and Kaiser are going to go 1 and 2. Would be my prediction. But I wouldn't know because I'm far, far, far down the list this week.
Wow. I'm number 2, so I'll let you know how that goes.
I'm actually not that far because I'm next on the list. Oh wait, no, sorry, Drew is he got a little bit less than me by a couple fraction of a point.
Drew went with Amish Rifle Fitzpatrick.
Yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick is back, which is
Is he Amish?
great news.
I don't get that.
Because he has that big beard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he raise a barn or something?
No, I just think that he would fit in the Amish community.
Did he sell some wood fireplaces or something like that?
He just doesn't use any zippers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't use zippers.
Did he go on rumspringen?
What's that?
You don't know what
Okay.
rumspringen
You know what
is?
rumspringen
I don't
is.
think so.
Taylor, explain rumspringen.
Rumspringen. Noun.
Can I have a language of origin, please?
Amish. It's when the Amish turn 16, they're allowed to go on a rumspringen.
Oh, when they go and like do drugs and shit.
Yeah.
That's
And they go hog
and then
wild.
at
That's
the
what
end
we're
of
going
it,
to
they
do
have to
tonight.
decide if they want to be Amish again or if they want to be a part of the real world.
We're going to
Interesting.
rumspringen tonight.
Is it when they're
dog.
16?
Mm-hmm.
That's young. So they probably don't even go do drugs. They just like go to the movies.
They do do drugs.
drugs,
They go
man.
like
They do? Okay.
they go like find a fucking barn and they get people. They do like fucking cocaine
They
and
go
shit.
hard.
Well, that was in Orange is the New Black. That's how one of
Mhm.
the one girl was Amish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
man.
how I
There was
learned
this
about
whole
that.
there's this documentary a while ago about following these kids around, and they go fucking ham because they've just been so sheltered that they
And
lash
a lot
out.
of them end up choosing to stay Amish after they do it, and then a lot of them end up with in a few years after they've joined American society end up going back Amish anyways. But then the Amish
I can understand
Accept
exile
them.
them.
after doing like cocaine for a week, you're like, fuck this, dude.
I
This
just
is-
want to sleep.
this
Yeah,
is
that's actually
terrible.
not a bad strategy from the Amish perspective.
Yeah,
it's
just,
like
it's like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes.
exactly. That's just what it is. It's like, yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? And never do that shit again.
Try and do that the rest of your life. That's what everyone does all the time.
Everyone does just pounds of cocaine every night, and they wake up hating themselves. I don't even do coke, and I wake up hating myself. Anyway, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 17 for 34, 187. The incompletions were there, big time.
As usual with Fitzpatrick, he's my boy. He's my number 2 behind McCown.
He's a game manager, barely.
He's the right hand man of McCown. If there was a like Game of Thrones type setting, McCown would be sitting in the Iron Throne, and then his little mage dude would be Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick would be like waiting to
His
like
mage.
poison him.
The one with the chains.
His maester.
His maester.
Mage.
Whatever, man.
He knows magic and shit.
Yeah.
He's actually projected for 19 points this week, which is pretty high.
Who they playing?
Miami. Is
Miami have a good
Really
defense?
good. Fuck if I.
We don't-
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
Miami's given up the 4th fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks this season. That meaning like real fantasy.
Right,
points.
right.
So they're I guess one of the better defenses, pass defenses.
The more you know.
Could have fooled me.
There you go. I don't know shit about shit. All right, moving on.
Yep.
By the way, Fitzpatrick, this will probably be his last start. Well, actually, we can talk about Jameis Winston now because he's
Yes.
Winston's backup. Jameis Winston was accused of grabbing the crotch of an Uber driver, leaving his hand in her crotch for 4 to 5 seconds until she said, "What are you doing?" And he stopped.
Sounds
Well,
like
hey,
consent.
Hey, your president said they can do it, man.
That's true.
Your
Blame it on
not my president.
Not my president.
not my president.
Not my
Your
president.
He's
Your
the one who
president
grabs a pussy.
said you
Sure
can-
as shit isn't Leslie Knope's president.
No, Joe Biden is her president. Yeah, so it's kind of looking not good for him because he doesn't really have the he can't fall back on the reputation thing, saying like, well, this is out of character for him because he's had similar sort of problems in the past. I went to every time that there's like a scandal that happens in sports, I go to the subreddit of the team of the player that the scandal is
That's a good
happening
idea.
to because I just want to see what the fans think. Because it's the most honest and best thing, but generally they're going to defend that person more than anyone would.
And they weren't.
The Bucks subreddit was not defending James. They were all just pissed. Like a lot of them just saying things like, I thought he turned the corner. I thought he got better. And, now I thought this shit was in the past. Now, granted, this was from March 2016. So it was from almost not 2 years, a year and a half ago before last season.
Well,
But
I think the league is not gonna give a shit. The league doesn't care about that kind of thing because
They don't give a fuck about timelines. # Ezekiel Elliott.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say they're making an example out of Ezekiel Elliott, and if they don't follow through with now, I know that these are two different things. Zeke was accused of domestic abuse,
yes.
and this is sexual assault. I don't know where those line up. I assume sexual assault is less.
I think I know where they
I don't
wind
know.
up.
That's the patriarchy talking.
I'm less than hitting a woman.
I
don't
think battering someone is worse than.
But he didn't do it.
Allegedly.
He didn't do it.
So I don't know what's going. It seemed like that the consensus seemed to be he's not going to be our quarterback next year. But that seems kind of extreme in this climate of it seems like people can bounce back from these kind of allegations. Not that
Kevin
I agree
Spacey.
with that, but
Not Kevin Spacey.
dude, everybody's saying his career's over. No, he'll be back.
I don't know, man.
Give it a couple years, he'll star in some independent film and he'll win a fucking Oscar, and then everyone will applaud for him just like they did for Roman Polanski, dude. That's how this works.
It's different now.
What changed?
Time.
Women have power.
Never.
I can't see Kevin Spacey getting over this, man. I can't see it.
Apparently their dad was a Nazi.
Yes, their dad was a crazy,
Like, their dad was
crazy
fucked up.
person. He like beat the shit out of him and his brother and stuff. So we should forgive him.
And he used to rape his brother too. Was
Kevin
the whole
Spacey
thing?
did?
No,
No,
not
the-
Kevin.
the
His
father.
dad.
Shit.
Father.
Why are you trying to make a joke out of this? That's fucked up.
All right, who's next?
I did hear about that. It's really disgusting. Still doesn't excuse his behavior.
No.
Stop trying to make excuses for him.
So many people, dude. Louis C.K. Fucking Jeffrey Tambor.
Hey, at least Louis C.K. asked for permission before all of his.
I will say he's got to be the lesser of all
Here's-
of them so far.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though. Taylor, as a woman, you might be able to answer this better. I have heard that. So, like, when someone flashes you, or like when a man flashes someone, sometimes that's used as like a comic thing. You know, it's like kind of a funny thing to think about. Like in The Office, it was used as a joke. But what someone explained to me was it's not the flashing that is like the dangerous part. It's like the implication of what could happen next, right? Does that make sense? Like the flashing part isn't necessarily like it's not like someone grabbing your throat, which would be like immediate danger, but it's like, okay, this person's crazy enough to pull their dick
show
out.
their dick out.
What
Yeah.
are they going to do to me next? But like
Right.
Louis C.K. asked if he could do it, and people said yes, and then he did it. So that's not as bad as some other people.
Oh, it's not as bad as raping little boys. No. Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey.
Yeah,
Kevin
probably,
friggin' Spacey.
allegedly. He doesn't remember, dude. Give him a break.
He voiced Hopper from A Bug's Life, man.
I love that is the one that you're like killing
I'm
you.
pissed.
Oh, he voiced the villain in this children's movie. Now I can never watch this
I'm
movie again. He
pissed.
was already the villain. Now he's an
was
even better villain.
Pixar's first real movie.
It's a great movie.
Pissed. It's real good.
My sister
It's
was
no
Dot for
ants,
Halloween
but
when we were younger.
Who?
My sister was Dot, the little ant
Really?
princess.
Oh, that's funny.
It was
the
cute.
one that Hopper steals.
And if it was a
The-
boy ant, he'd probably rape it.
Probably would. Probably would. All right, moving on. Now we're talking about
This is a
raping
rape
boy
podcast
ants.
now. Next is XXX Intercepcion.
Oh, that's you. How'd you do? Fuck off. Moving on. Next.
Drew Stanton, I picked for the last time this season since he got replaced after this
Drew,
game.
I'll never get to Canton Stanton. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty good.
Thank you. I think it's a really good one, actually. Taylor, if you don't know this, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is in Canton, Ohio. So that's the
Is that in
joke.
Cleveland? Where's Canton?
Yeah, it's right near Cleveland.
I feel like I
Anything
knew that.
north-
Isn't
of
that
Columbus.
ironic that the Pro Football Hall of Fame is right outside of Cleveland?
I feel like I knew that.
You will never get this.
That's funny. Drew Stanton, 24 for 47, 273 yards and a touchdown. Those
Ooh,
incompletions
damn, those
all the way to the
incompletions.
bank, baby,
47, dude.
Yeah.
The Cardinals don't know how to run the ball.
against Seattle. Well, they lost their running back in like week 1, but like one of the best running backs in the league, David
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
And then they traded for Adrian Peterson, who was not good in New Orleans. But yes, you are correct. They can't do much of anything with the
Dude.
ball.
I should have been drafting Cardinals quarterbacks all year long.
Well, a lot of people thought the Cardinals were going to be pretty decent this year. But then, Carson,
I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes this year, man.
we've all made mistakes, Gator.
Moving on.
Drew Stanton has been replaced by some fucking guy, dude, that is starting for my actual fantasy team.
That sounds promising.
Oh my God. You know who my two quarterbacks are in our 2-quarterback league? I know you don't care about this, but still, it's just funny.
Yeah, I want to know.
Brett Hundley
Yeah.
and Blaine Gabbert.
Ooh, that sucks. Is that who's replacing Drew?
Yes.
Man.
Blaine Gabbert is fucking terrible. He is one of the worst quarterbacks
Dude,
ever, dude.
he might go first this week. Who are they playing?
Houston.
Yeah, he might go first.
Please save him to second to last. Thank you.
Here's what Yahoo says. While Gabbert has never lived up to his first-round hype, he should be an improvement over Stanton, who has looked completely overmatched in his 2 starts this year.
I don't know
It's
about
definitely
that.
risky, but Gabbert does flash some QB2 appeal and could make for a cheap daily fantasy tournament play against an injury-ravaged Texans defense. So that's a pretty positive review.
That is.
But that's only because they've been watching Drew Stanton for the past 2 weeks. Blaine Gabbert's bad. He's a bad quarterback, and he should definitely be picked this week very high in the top 3 or top 4, I would say. And hopefully he's there for the rest of the season for the pickings. Matt, what do you think about Blaine Gabbert?
He's not very good.
There you go.
He's
Matt-
bad.
Going to Larry Fitzgerald, though, so.
True. They do have Larry Fitz, but it's not going to be enough to
No.
overcome
No.
the fact that he is Blaine Gabbert. All right, moving on. Next is ASAP Korg.
Hey.
Here we go. Who'd you pick? You went with.
I don't remember because I auto-drafted.
Squirtles.
Yeah. What was your nickname, or what was the nickname that Brian gave you? Blake, I fucking suck. Bortles.
Yeah. I mean, it's to the point, and it makes sense, and it was a good pick because he was 28 for 51 with 273 yards,
51. Jesus.
2 picks, and a touchdown. They
That's
still
terrible.
won the game
That's unreal.
despite that. Yeah, he's not good. Blake Bortles is not good. God, I'm burping a lot. His time in Jacksonville is limited. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna move on from him.
But you were happy when you got Bortles in the autograph.
I was pretty excited.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't be. Although Jacksonville on a 3-game winning streak right now, going into a game against the Browns, trying to make it 4.
Dude,
So do you pick Blake Bortles against the Browns? That's the question.
I don't think so, man. I don't
you
think
leave
so.
him on the table this week. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if someone picks him.
I agree.
Who we got next? Let's wrap this bitch up. Let's run through this shit.
Well, we're not gonna wrap it up quite yet because I have a couple of questions for Taylor. But that's
fine. That's fine.
the number 1 scorer this week was Jose's mustaches.
Fucking Aaron, dude. Deshaun, show you my bone, Kaiser.
It wasn't Tom Savage.
Oh, that was Lauren. Did we talk about
Wait, did
Lauren?
we get to Lauren?
You skipped Lauren, dude.
Oh, I skipped Lauren. I'm sorry,
Dude.
Lauren. Sorry.
But Deshaun, show you my bone is pretty good.
Okay, let's go to Lauren real quick. Sorry about that, Lauren. You're not gonna listen to this anyway. It doesn't fucking matter, dude.
They're on a date. She's
Okay.
getting show me my boned.
Nice, dude. Stafford infection. Went with Kaiser.
Man, Lauren betraying her own team.
I don't think Lauren has as much affinity as Brian. Brian's taken Kaiser before, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know. I have to look in the records. Kaiser was 21 for 37 for 232, touchdown and a pick. You would have liked to get more out of him. That was his lowest scoring game of the season.
How many points?
9.36.
It's still. I'll take those numbers.
I'll definitely take it. I guess Detroit wasn't able to cut down his amazing skills, but the Browns did get beat 38-24. They play Jacksonville next week. They're gonna lose again.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can move on to Aaron.
Yeah, Tom Donkey Punch Savage.
Jesus, that is just vulgar. 18 for 36, 221, a score and 2 picks.
You know, I was really upset about this one this week because I had been inching closer and closer to Aaron. We had that bet for I think I owe him a 6-pack if he scores higher than me. And I'm starting to think I'm not going to win. Starting to think I'm not going to be able to pass him after a week like that.
I think you should have been thinking about that a long time ago because he's way ahead of you.
I was
I know.
inching my way there, man.
That really put Aaron back into the into the swing of things.
Yeah.
I mean the way the standings are now, we got the top 2 separated by 0.02 points. We got Taylor Yonan over here. Then I'm behind by 14, and then John's 10 down from me, and then 12 down is Aaron, and then that's the big drop off. Then we go to Taylor.
And then everyone else is really close.
And everyone,
except Drew and Brian
are sort of
pretty far back
I
there.
think RIP their seasons. No offense, but
Remember how that felt?
it's probably gonna be tough to come back from that. But I think most of the other people, like even Gator, I think even you and Lauren, if you guys have a couple big weeks, you could be back in it. It's probably gonna be tough. You're gonna have to rely on the top 3 people having some rough weeks, but
Yeah.
not totally out of it yet. You can always have a big 50-point week. But
Still waiting on that.
Drew and Brian,
Sorry. Moment of silence.
you done.
It's over.
You done.
Tony, you called Drew's end of the season very early.
That was just a joke. I actually wasn't serious
You
about
called
that.
it early, and then he scored he had like a 40-point week after you
I
called
know,
him out.
I know, and that's so maybe that's what
That's
will
what
happen
he
this
needs.
week. But Drew, no offense, dude. I was not trying to.
No, take offense.
It was just a joke.
You're done.
I don't like to talk shit about people. Okay,
You're
it's not something I
done.
do.
You're fucking done.
I only spread positivity.
All right, hit Taylor with those cues.
I wanted to
The
know
P's and Q's.
on the weeks that you don't auto draft, what's your procedure? What's your strategy for how do you arrive at your picks? Do you have a certain website or a list that you go to, or do you just
No.
sort of?
I literally see what the matchups are, and then I try and see who is away,
Okay.
and then from there I just try and figure out who the quarterback is because I don't have any fucking clue who the quarterbacks are. So I
Okay.
literally Google Buccaneers quarterback, Buccaneers starting quarterback.
Wait.
Huh.
So you start with basically the scheduled games, and you
Yes, and actually, so that was my original plan. But the
Okay.
past few weeks, I've gone back and I've screenshotted what everybody picked the previous week, and then I go and see who they're playing, and then I.
Okay, so there's definitely some methods in there, but I find it interesting that you start from. You go from a team
used to
perspective.
the first 2 seasons. I researched really hard, and I came in last place.
Yeah.
Like at least once those 2 seasons. So
So you figured we got to switch up the strategy. That's good. I mean, that's what you have to do as a coach.
And
You got to make adjustments.
It's working
And-
better for you this year.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're right in the thick of it after that big week. What's your? You think you're going to continue to use this auto draft strategy?
no, I don't think I can anymore because I actually will be at my phone. So
So you don't really have an excuse.
yeah,
But I mean, it worked out for you this week. So
I know. We'll see.
Well, I
We'll
mean, you can
fucking see.
always look at what Yahoo would auto draft you, and then
I don't even know how to do that.
all you do, I'll show you right now. For all you listening at home, you open your Yahoo app, you click on the players list, and it ranks the top available players. So right now, Blaine Gabbert, if the first person if Brian were to auto draft this week, he would get Blaine Gabbert.
Gotcha.
Real simple.
Wow.
Joe Flacco is up there as the second.
that's because his brain doesn't work anymore.
Oh man.
That was the main question because I always find it interesting. Because I have my own sort of method of how I do it, and I do it the same every week. But sometimes that can be a problem because when it's not working, you got to switch it up. And sometimes, just look at, not to bring it back to the Bengals, but to bring it back to the Bengals, Marvin Lewis, he's been doing the same shit for all this time. It worked for a while, now it doesn't. But he doesn't want to change, and that's why the Bengals suck.
They're bad.
So you could end up like Marvin Lewis, but no, you change your
I
strategy.
won't.
Goddamn right, I love it.
I won't.
Oh man, is that all we got this
That's
week?
all I got, my friends.
Sorry we don't have any segments for you at listening at home. Taylor didn't bring any segments.
Sorry.
We'll have some segments.
My
for you
corgi's at
next
home,
week.
so.
Yeah, we'll be on top of it next week with Thanksgiving and everything. We've got
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it Saturday or something.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday.
we've got Friendsgiving coming up tomorrow.
I gotta buy my ingredients for my homemade mac and cheese that I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
That
Just
I've
bought a
never made.
turkey.
I'm not gonna buy some fucking Stouffer shit, dude.
Oh, look at
Appreciate ya.
you.
I'm making mac and cheese from scratch. I'm
Wow.
gonna, make it, dude.
That's gonna be good.
I mean, maybe.
Looking
I don't
forward
know.
to it.
It could be bad. I don't know.
This whole meal could be.
I'm
really
not gonna
shitty,
try it
like-
before I bring it. I'm just gonna bring it. I'm serious. And
That's
people-
fine. Bring it.
God, damn right, I'll bring it, dude. I always bring it.
Just
We literally
bring
bought
it.
a turkey in a bag, so.
You shouldn't have told him, man.
What does that mean?
It's literally a turkey that's in like an oven bag. And it's already like seasoned and everything.
Oh, you just put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick, dude.
It'll be easy.
No, I'm glad you should tell me that because now I'm not worried.
Oh.
I
Supposed
was
to take
worried.
the credit.
Well, when you said I'll take a shot at making the
Well,
turkey,
I was
was like,
planning
oh
on
fuck,
actually,
dude, I better eat before I
was
go.
planning on actually attempting to make a turkey, and then Tom psyched me out because Tom's texted me all day like, "Oh my god, can't it's not gonna thaw in time. It's not, or I'm not gonna be able to do this." So I freaked out.
Is
But
Tom neurotic?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
but we ended up going to the store, and a turkey that was like 12 pounds ended up being like almost $40.
Whoa, that's how much they cost.
But this turkey in a bag was half the price for 12 pounds.
Okay, that sounds about right. I would have went
So.
with the bag too.
Yeah.
$40 is
Yeah,
a
man.
lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like sometimes that's how much I spend at the grocery store total.
Just on one turkey.
That's not worth it.
No.
You should pardon that turkey.
Oh, he's already dead. So
Good point.
Did you know the turkeys that you eat for Thanksgiving are 14 weeks old?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
They're babies.
They're not that big.
No, they're big. I mean,
They're not. I mean, they could be bigger.
they
HGH.
could be bigger. No,
Human.
but turkeys
Turkey
can get
growth
like
hormone.
50 pounds at
TGH.
14
There's,
weeks.
uh,
So.
Turkey growth hormone.
I don't know if there's any places around here, but I think there's places I've read that you can go and like pick what live turkey you want,
Mhm.
and they fucking kill it for you.
That one.
I bet there's some places you can just buy a turkey and bring it home.
Mhm.
That's called the wild.
Plug. Moe Babick
just
has
go
her own
find
farm, and she has, I think, 12 turkeys this year that she's going to be getting processed.
Wow.
You should hit her up if you need turkey.
Processed. Oh, what a gross word for what's going to
They're
happen
gonna
to
be
those
shaped.
turkeys.
They're gonna be nugget shaped by the time done processing.
They're gonna be just compacted into a cube.
Jesus Christ.
Well, let's end on that happy note right there. Thanks for listening, everybody. Taylor, thanks for being here.
Yep.
I'm Gator Schrand.
I'm Tony Diotel.
I'm Taylor. Where's the Long Island?
And thanks for listening to the 3-Step Flop.